Hello, 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 and welcome back. I am Tamika Hicks, also known as TVL Designs. Now, today I want to talk about something like really close to my heart, and I think it's very important to have this conversation. So, scooch in real closely and give me your ear. Hopefully, I'm speaking loud enough. Let's get into it. So, today I'm talking about thriving in tough times, the power of home based businesses for aspiring entrepreneurs. So previously, I'm not going to go all into everything I talked about in the last video, but I did talk about the potential of being deemed as overqualified when you go into certain areas of the job market. And that was something that I was familiar with experiencing. So now I want to slide into entrepreneurship because that's where we going with everything, right? Now, so again, we're diving into the inspiring topic that is incredibly relevant in today's challenging economy. Starting a home-based businesses. If you've been dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, but are hesitant, due to what's going on right now, this video for you because we're gonna explore how launching a home-based business can be a game changer, because one, it's a game changer for you in your life, offering flexibility, the potential of financial stability, and the chance to turn your passion into profit. So let's get into it, right? So, one of the main things, see, I know definitely I'm not for everybody. If you go into my bio, you'll see where it says I'm not just a single parent because you got to, break it down to some people. I am a happily single one that has children. So, with that being said, you have to understand I'm not going to be for everybody, but there is somebody that needs this and that, need to hear this. So, scoot on over if it's not for you. All right, but hit the like button. Okay, so the flexibility and work life balance. So, one of the major perks of starting a home based business is the flexibility that it offers. You basically design your workday around your personal schedule, which is really beneficial, especially if you're a parent, you're a caregiver. Um, if you're just trying to find a way to achieve a better work life balance overall, right? You tired of them long commutes, sitting in traffic, fighting with people, during those crazy times, balding your tires, stopping at every light, just becoming more frustrated with that, taking away from the time that you can really use to be productive, right? And that time that you would normally spend in traffic, you can really take that time to, use it for your business, your hobby, or just spending more time with your family. Okay. Another thing, there are lower overhead costs. So it's kind of like a more of a reduced risk. Um, and that kind of plays into the economy of today that's kind of uncertain. And by minimizing the financial risk is very crucial. Home-based businesses have the advantage of significantly lower costs. Like basically the cost that you are already going to pay for rent, utilities, whatever like that. That's something that you're going to pay for anyway if you're working or if you're working for yourself. And also, if your business is structured the right way, those things could be some of those things can be used as tax deductions, right? So let me get back on track. You'll save on expenses like, renting an office, the cost of going back and forth, the gas, the time again that you travel, of course, like utilities, like I said before. And this means you can direct more time and energy towards growing the business and creating more of a safety net for yourself. Also, another point is to pursue your passion. Now, by starting a home based business, this allows you to turn your passion into a profit. Again, we said this before, whether you're into crafting, consulting, writing, um, even digital marketing, you can transfer what you love into a viable business model. So this only fuels your enthusiasm. This not, I'm sorry, not only if you fuels it, it also helps you create a unique, valuable place in a market that could be potentially crowded. So you'll be able to stand out because if it's a certain thing that you're really, really good at and you're passionate about, you can make that money. So I'm gonna stop there before I move on to the next one. I'm gonna give you an example. So when I got into, I'm not gonna talk about the name of the profession. About a year and a half in, I felt stuck. Don't get me wrong, the money was good. I was able to work, long hours, overtime, whatever. And, the money was really great. Um, the time I could not get back. So while I was there, one of the things I always wanted to learn how to do, I basically started doing. And while I was there, I was able to basically getting into a crafting space, sewing, and, turn a few coins with my sewing. So when things, I'm glad I did. And also I learned how to coupon really good. So I had like all I would that was kind of like another part time on the side. It was just a lot of organization and work and going out there to get the deals, stuff like that. But anyway, that was another thing. Those were two things that I learned how to do. And that was back in between 2014, 2015. Like fast forward, it's 2023. Couponing and being able to save money is always a skill set that I will always know how to do. Also, I will always know how to sew. Okay, so that's kind of like an example. So with that, I was able to create a sewing business, Beautiful Bonnet Babes. So I got into the habit of sewing so many different things, but I was like, okay, well, what can I, sew that I will really get into? And that was kind of one of the things that stuck. Now I can make a lot of things, but that was one of the things that kind of stuck with me. So we're gonna get off of that. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna head into number four, adaptability and online presence. Basically, in this day and age, um, everything that we do for the most part is dominated by digital communication. Everybody named mama got a Facebook page except for me because I deactivated mine recently because I really I don't use it. I don't even know what I had it for. But a lot of people, it's like they get up to check in on certain platforms. That just so happened to be one of the ones that I don't want to check in right now. I'll probably, add it up a little later, but this where we at right now. Don't tell nobody we over here. But anyway, so um, so home-based businesses can quickly pivot and adapt to the changing trends. So again, if you have a home-based business and it has an online presence, you're able to go and see like the new trends of what's going on. Like, oh, okay, well, we doing like say for instance, if I'm making certain things, I notice a certain way that people are styling certain things. I'm like, oh, okay, that might not be bad. And then you're able to adapt. Okay, and also with a strong online presence, you can reach a global audience just from your house. That was another thing for me when I started to really get into sewing and sharing my sewing. I got a little stagnant and I honestly got a little defeated because I was kind of struggling. I didn't have a coach for one. I'm good now, but I didn't have a coach to guide me in the direction to help me market, come up with a better strategy, um, just understand the 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 power of social media. Like honestly, one of my main platforms that get the most views, honestly, is my Pinterest. That's one of the things that people hardly ever consider. So again, that just, goes to show you the power of social media presence. So that's one that I hardly ever go to. If I go a month from now, it's still almost like 8,000 views a month. And I hardly ever engage there. So that's just a food for thought. But so from home you can use social media platform, build your website, do an e-commerce store. Um, and this gives you the opportunity to, empower yourself to connect with your customers and clients without, geographical limitations. So when I first started e-commerce, I kind of went into Etsy. Well, not kind of, I did. I went into Etsy. It was a good space for me until it wasn't a good space anymore. This conversation ain't about Etsy because everybody has their own niche, and you have to keep up with the trends. You have to find a marketing strategy. You have to, do your research when it comes to going to certain spaces. So one of the things that I did really, really well when everybody was, couldn't go anywhere, I basically was able to, do a lot of things. So that was a whole blessing in being able to work from home. All right, five, multiple income streams. So starting a home-based business doesn't mean you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Many entrepreneurs find success in, being able to be diverse by diversifying, streams of income. So, for instance, a graphic designer might offer an online course, while a chef might sell recipe books. You know, um, it's just so many different approaches that you can provide stability, even for one aspect of business. Business faces challenges. So now a lot of people are really getting into a lot of AI art. I can get it out. AI. So that's one of the really cool spaces that I like to go in and create. So now I've been able to implement that in my sewing. So when they say multiple streams of income, say if I take that image, I put it on an item, you like it, you don't, whatever. I still can sell the item, which is a stream, or I could take that digital product and make it available. Say if I sell a image for $1, if somebody likes it, they'll buy it. You know what I mean? So, and you don't even have to leave home. So, number six, navigating the uncertainties. Now, while the economy might be challenging, history has shown that difficult times can birth incredible innovations, successful businesses. So, if you go back and you think about the times like of the Great Depression and things of that nature, there continue to still be money made. Also, people learn how to use the bartering systems. They found ways to keep themselves afloat. So, again, with the home-based business, again, not having to worry about the overhead cost is a major thing, right? So starting a small business from home gives you the chance to test out your business ideas. You can learn from mistakes, of course, and find an approach without risking everything. So again, in the beginning, if I had a coach, if I had somebody to, put me in the right direction or network a little bit better, of course, I probably would have been able to, move a little differently. But I'm thankful for learning from my mistakes because a lot of my mistakes, I can't really say personally, I did invest a lot and I did lose a lot. But because I didn't understand in the beginning how the overhead cost shouldn't have been a thing. So I'm sharing it right now. Okay. So we can really conclude things. So in times of economic uncertainty, the idea of starting a home-based business isn't just, like a fantasy idea. It's a viable pathway for financial stability and personal fulfillment. I can't get fulfillment. So with the type of flexibility, again, you lower the overhead, the power of transformation of your passion into a profit. A lot of aspiring entrepreneurs have a golden opportunity to thrive. So if you think about how some people are able to use, you know, social media and be able to be at home. Like I see so many people using TikTok, YouTube, just to it, get it going, and they're doing great. And then once they get one product, or service off the ground, they're able to go and look at the trends and go ahead and add, and that adds a whole nother resource of income, and that's a whole nother strength. So again, if you really ready to take the plunge, don't let this challenging economy hold you back. I think now is a really great time. Thank you so much for listening to me. I am Samika Hicks. If you found this video motivating, be sure to smash that thumbs up button on the way out and subscribe to the channel for more um content that will help you in this area. Um Remember, every big success story starts with a small step. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep achieving. That is so